Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, I'm so sorry, y'all. It has been like a day full of just anyway, last night before I went to bed, or should I say early this morning before I went to bed, there was some kind of controversy, if I can say it in my most English erudite tone. There was a spot of controversy. Oh man. And I was up looking at all the um I don't know. I It's not really something to discuss on Royal Sussex, of course. Woo! But it was juicy. It was absolutely juicy. Um and I thought Sarah Ferguson, excuse me, I thought Sarah Ferguson, I, I thought the Duchess of York was, shall we say, colorful. Whew. Anyway, I just can't talk about it. But I spent the better part of the night. Anyway, I just can't put my foot on it. But I spent the better part of the night trying to figure out what was going on. And gosh, that was fun. Oh, by the way, yeah, let me take care of that thing that we don't have to be bothered with the well, let me put it to like this. If somebody can guess what it is, I won't confirm or deny it. Oh man. But I will definitely make weird like gastric noises or something. Oh man. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, but it's just it's too juicy. But it has nothing to do with the Sussexes, and likely nothing to do with the royal family. So I might have to leave y'all hanging for just a bit. Let me see. What did I need to do here? Okay, now. All right, and oh man. Oh, I yes, I'm doing that right now. I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna use the troll spray. That's what I was doing, but I'm so busy being messy. Um, oh man. Anyway, pretty soon I have to get back my merch, merch, merch. Don't forget my merch, merch, merch. Oh man. Okay, 1 month. Okay. So yeah, if you're not a subscriber to Rangers, you won't be able to join us today. But please subscribe. Which, by the way, you guys, I think Royal Sussex is like maybe 25. Let me try that again. I believe Royal Sussex is just 25 subscribers away from 17,000 subscribers. So that's good news, right? Okay. All right. So I turned on the troll repellent and I think we're good. Happy birthday, Georgia Walker. Wow, happy birthday, Georgia Walker. Happy birthday. Now, is today Whitney Houston's birthday or was it yesterday? I think it's today. I think they started saying happy birthday yesterday, but I think the actual birth date is today. Yes, 25 subscribers away from 17,000 subscribers, which is about, oh, maybe 300,000 subscribers less than what that other person that I didn't want to talk about had before. there was something not to talk about. Oh man. Anyway, and I thought Church Nelly would be the first to okay. Oh, thank you, Mod Squad. I see y'all remove some tacky stuff off of the thing. Oh man, I love when people like read me the riot act. I love that. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna allow that. All right, so you guys, so I'm good to go. So let me say hi to a few people. Hello, Veronica Quick, Lydia Washington, Sharon Augustine, Favy Barron, Rosa Roberts, Verta Sanchez. Hello, Black Queen, Church Nelly. Church Nelly, I thought for sure you would have a gossip. Uh, Georgia Walker, happy birthday to you. And Ray Raquel, Verta Sanchez, who wants the dirt as much as anybody, but I just can't tell it. Connie Palmer, Kids Indoor. Hello, sister. Yeah, sister. Hi. Who else? Letitia Malone. All right, Letitia says, hi, and Squatty's enjoying the good weather in Brussels. Trust me, it's rare. I'm catching all relays or replays. I'm sorry. Um, don't worry, no food trucks. Love you all. Now back to my cocktails and fish and chips. Oh, that sounds good today. Oh, which by the way, I bought some more salmon last night. I like the very tail end of a salmon. That's where the meat is most light, tender, and flakiest, is in that tail. That's where the meat is just as juicy as it could be. Speaking of juicy, I just can't talk about it. Uh, Faith, Hope, Love. Hi, Dorothy Ross, I'm sorry, Chef Sandy Love. Let me stop grinning so I can form words today. Hi, Karen. Legs. Maureen. Mama Jane. Joan Garcia. I am sipping some of that delicious coffee that you blessed me with. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, maybe that's why I'm about as high as a Georgia pine, because I just had a cookie, and to turn it up a notch, spread a little Nutella on it. If you're American and you haven't had the chance to experience Nutella, you don't know what you're missing. Nutella is so good. Now, Nutella is something real big in France. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, France. Um, it's such a delicacy. They had like a Nutella sale one day, and violence ensued because of the demand for Nutella. I mean, they spread it on everything. I mean, if you stop moving, next thing you know, somebody is slathering Nutella all over your arm. Or if you're the Duchess of York, maybe they start slathering it all over your feet. But Nutella is quite the delicacy. So it is made with hazelnuts. Oh, so good. And it spreads like peanut butter. One of my favorites. Nothing isn't better if you put Nutella on it. Then again, chocolate hazelnut. Oh, anyway, let me stop talking about that because now I want another one. Okay, let me see. That's that. Lordy have mercy, what did I do with it? Okay, you guys, I got to stop being messy. I got work to do. I got some work to do. I got work to do. I got a job, baby. I got a job, sugar. I got work to do. I got work to do. Okay. I can't wait to get home to you. I got so much work to do. Oh, is there a new member? Did I just see a new member? Why does that always sound strange? Chef Sandy Love, you're a new member. Congratulations and thank you so much. Thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day. And thank you, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker. I still can't talk about it, but thank you. But thank you so much for the super sticker. And happy Wednesday to you. Gosh, I'm in such a good mood. Oh man. I mean, I was gossiping all the way up to the last minute. Love a good gossip. Um anyway, it turns out it's a very serious, sober thing when you think about it. So I probably shouldn't laugh. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Elaine. And thank you everyone for being here. Y'all could have been any place else on the planet. So sorry I was late today. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now, if you guys recognize this I can't. I can't. Hello, cookies and creams. Connie Bowmer. Hi, Connie. Um, so if you guys recognize that image, that is the famous painting American Gothic. Well, I what is it? Appropriated it for the Sussexes and turned it into the American Sussex. Now, in the actual painting, the woman has quite the elongated neck, which I have cleverly concealed behind the banner there. But yeah, it's like one of the most amazing like paint well, it has been turned into a million and one memes. I mean, everything from the Obamas to Brezhnev, there has been some version of the American Gothic that has been you know, converted into something else. So let me see. Ooh, what is that about Pratit Patel? Why is this moving so fast? Hi, Ma Jones. Oh, oh, I'm seeing things. I thought you said Pratit Patel is Patty Patty. Oh Lord, let me calm down and pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm starting to see things. Okay. So there he is. Here's one of my favorite photos of President Joe Biden at the age of 25 in 1967. And by the way, you guys, I do believe that not only is Duchess of Success coming on, but she moved her time up a bit. So I will definitely be out of here in about an hour and 15 minutes, I hope. So that'll give you guys. Uh-oh, did I just hear a cash register? Thank you so much for the Cash App. Now, I won't say the name because I don't think you use it on the social media, but thank you, HL. That is lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And thanks for listening to me sitting here teasing back and forth about something that I shouldn't. Anyway, so that's 25-year-old Joe Biden back in 1967. That was before he had to, you know, do some things to keep his hairline. But I tell you, Joe is having an amazing time right now. Even if you guys don't like him, you don't trust him, he's the man for the hour. And so far, he's been keeping his promises. Everybody comes with their own baggage. It's just like a bad relationship. Everybody comes with their own BS. And yes, he's had quite the colorful past. And some of the stuff he's been unfairly blamed for, and some things he was accurately blamed for. But um, it's not the appointed time. I'm sorry. It's not the appointed time. It's the anointed time. And right now, um, he's all we got. So it won't hurt to you know, pat him on the back for what's going right now because politics makes for strange bedfellows. But that's enough about Congress. Anyway, gas prices are going down, jobs are added, and there's fine. I mean, I did the list yesterday. I'm not going to do it again, but yeah. So let's pray for his success because his success will be our success. And okay, nine biggest revelations about Princess Diana in oh wow, not to be outdone, I won't say the name of the person, but thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And happy Wednesday to you. That is very nice of you. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I probably need to turn the ringer off this phone though, because I'm sure that's distracting for y'all. Okay. Plus, y'all know that the spam people, the Spam-a-lot people, are going to be coming after me in a minute, trying to extend my car warranty, trying to bury me, trying to give me some secondary life insurance and all that. I don't have got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, nine biggest revelations about Princess Diana in HBO's Princess. Using only archival footage, the documentary takes a look at Princess Diana's life in the public eye. So, a lot of this stuff you guys know. I mean, off the top of your heads, you probably couldn't like list things, but once you see them all put together, you just say, "Oh yeah, I remember that." Let me see. Yes, yes, Roman Zelensky. Yes. Wow, that name sounds familiar. It is working. I'm sorry, you guys. I should have looked at for your comments before I went. Let me see. No, no one is perfect. He's trying to reverse 4 years of trash that people expect for him to do overnight. Yes, that's true. That's true. For 4 years, uh, secrets and favors. I mean that. Oh, I won't even get started with what's been going on there, but it is just so out of the ordinary that when something normal happens, it's almost like we go to sleep. I'm here for it. I January 6th, you guys, on January 6th, I was watching the vote counts, and then all of a sudden the the what is it, the signal for the Senate chamber disappeared, and I was talking on the phone, and I was just like, I wonder what just happened. And then from that point, for about 2 days, I was literally weeping off and on for 2 days at the wanted destruction of the government. It was something I never thought I would see. I never thought I would see something like that. To me, it was just as horrific as 9/11. I mean, I won't get into like the loss of life numbers, but in terms of loss of confidence, loss of innocence, it was as devastating as 9/11. I won't ever forget where I was and how shocking it was to see something that should have been a matter of a routine reduced to nearly losing the republic, all because of one person, all because of one person. So, as I said, whether you like him or not, whether you voted for him or not, appreciate the normalcy while it's here. Appreciate that this government that we are paying so much money for is actually working in the way that it's supposed to, and not on the knife's edge 24 hours a day. Not one big lie to cover up the next. And if you guys are a subject of the Queen, or perhaps I'll just say it. If Boris Johnson is your prime minister, then you know what we've been through. No lie is too big. No rule is too sacred. I was so exhausted from living like that by the time I wanted to start Royal Sussex in 2020, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It took me a whole nother year with all that, and then there was a pandemic. It took a whole nother year before I seriously sat down and committed to work. And since that time, I haven't missed a day. And you guys have been awesome. And as far as I'm concerned, that is what makes the channel what it is. So, but I felt like I aged a lot in 2020. And then by, election day, it seems like things had gotten better. And when they took that sorry SOB out of that place, and you know, I mean, so petty, so petty. Every president will send one of the official executive jets to pick up the new president, the president elect, and bring them to Washington, D.C. Biden had to charter a private jet to get to Washington, D.C. because that orange menace, would not provide an airplane, as every president has since presidents have been flying. As far as I know, since the presidents have been flying, in the modern age of Air Force One, I'll say that they usually send the plane to pick up the president elect. Um, there was no assistance forthwith. Get here the best way you can. You are not getting anything from me, was the mentality. So, and good riddance. Good riddance. Oh man. Anyway, it's too much. Let me see. Different regulations and can air what they want. I guess they straightened me out. Wow. Wow. John Garcia, you are the warrior. Wow. Well, thank you for doing that. Huh. And that's how it's done. Okay. So I'm sorry, you guys. I guess drifted right past your comments, but let's get back to the list. So there's the list: 9 biggest revelations about Princess Diana in HBO's The Princess. Uh, Charles was 12 years Diana's senior. True. Um, Diana, I believe, on her wedding day was 18 or 19 years old, and Charles was in his 30s already. And I believe that the courtship of Princess Diana started when she was 16. Now, of course, I have mentioned Burke's Peerage, which is a listing of all of the aristocrats in the land, right? It's called Burke's Peerage. Everybody knows of it. Every household probably has one if you're running those circles, either that or you should. And it lists every um, noble person in the land. Even without that book, the Earl Spencer was very close to the Queen at that time, and the families were always very close. So, well, off and on, whatever. So the Spencer family goes back way further than the House of Windsor. On election day, on the wedding day, it was said that Princess Diana was more English than the Queen, who of course is mostly German. The House of Windsor is mostly German. The what is it, Goethe, whatever it is. Um, anyway, the name they changed. So they're Colburn, what is it, Gother, Gothi, whatever. Gotti. That's it. The House of Gotti. So I'm just kidding, but they are more German, and the Spencers, they just go way back further. You can trace their bloodline in a more direct way than you can the Windsors, and so that was a big selling point. is that after all these years, we can finally bring some more of that good old English rose blood back into this family. And so, on the short list of available virgins, which I do believe that the um, Lady Diana Spencer had to go through an examination by one of the royal physicians to assure the fact that she was a virgin upon her marriage. I mean, it's so medieval, archaic. I think of that poor girl, but that is what it took to marry into the family. Now, of course, for us, we're horrified by that. But for people that live in those circles, run in those circles, it's probably a huge privilege to join the two families. It just seems like the natural course of events. And Princess Diana, who by most people's accounts was quite the ordinary girl, nothing, you know, she wanted to be a ballet dancer, but she grew too tall. There was nothing that really stood out except for the fact she was very sweet, very polite, and shy. Okay, which means that she'd be easy to manage, like one of the present day, future princesses of Wales. That was the assumption. And so immediately being isolated from everything that she knew and then having this like paparazzi raining down on her day and night with little or no protection from Charles or anybody else in the family, she was left to race through the streets and hide and all that kind of stuff. And then the relationship between the women that she lived with in an apartment, her, I think, two or three roommates, well, all of that changed. She found herself in Buckingham Palace, isolated and pretty much not really thought about. Just be dressed on the wedding day. That was about the only prerequisite, is just that you're there. Oh, and by the way, it's important that you're a virgin. That's pretty much how it worked out. So, Charles, being older, had already sown all his wild oats, and and Princess Diana was this wide-eyed teenager that found herself thrown on the world stage with no preparation. Her mother was thrown out of the house by Earl Spencer for whatever reason, but she wasn't there for her. Her sisters could not really, rise to the occasion because she was in the palace at this point. Remember the old Kensington system where they raised Queen Victoria? Not exactly that, but wasn't too far from it. Thank you, Audrey Teschner, for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day. Thank you very much. Verda Sanchez says, oh, that's for someone else. I'm scrolling. Um, Look at a couple of comments before I go to point number 2. Let me see. Oh, I'll take that one. He's never been presidential. He is who you can't expect anything from him or the people that follow him. Anything good, that is. Oh, thank you for that, Anita Moore. And let me see, Evening Squad and moderators, Lydia. Oh, Audrey Teschner wants to say hi. Well, hello to you again. Thank you for being here. Anastasia Isabella, hello. Like father, like son, William is everything that Charles was and is, jealous and spiteful. I'd say that is very accurate. Very, very accurate. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. That is none of their business if she is a virgin. They have some nerves, right? Right? Yeah. And, that policy changed, obviously. I mean, look at Mumbles. That policy changed. But I tell you what, it would have been quite the scandal if they would have found out that Princess Diana was throwing her bum out the window. Could you imagine walking down the street and you see something that looks like a, I don't know, like an ironing board with a line in the middle, and someone says, "Oh no, that's anatomical." Really? Thought that was a sheet of paper. Oh man. So times they are a changing. You could have somebody like that as a future queen. Let me see. Camilla was dating her first husband for 7 years when when she met Charles, and they both used to step out on each other, including he with Princess Anne. Oh yeah, the guy that Camilla was seeing, whatever his name is, the Parker Bowles guy. Um, he was dating Anne, and Charles started dating Camilla. So Charles and Camilla were dating the two people who ended up married, making the marriage of, Parker Bowles and such. And then, of course, Anne ended up marrying Captain Phillips, and Charles married Diana. So, and then Camilla, she was the first to get married out of the group. I think she just wasn't going to wait any longer. She didn't see herself as a proper future queen. I mean, her reputation was already in the trash. So there was no possibility in that age that he could have married Camilla, because once they started looking in her background, that would have proven a disaster. Nowadays, I don't think it matters as much. I mean, look at some of the photos that have been making the rounds of, again, that future queen, where the black cab photos and stuff like that. Now it doesn't matter. Okay, so better move on because I need to get out of here this afternoon. Let me see. Uh, okay. Let me see. It's because you are committed to the daily basis, no matter if it's your teeth or your relative's illness. You never leave us lonely. Oh, thank you, sister. Thank you. Well, believe me, for my own mental health, I need this escape. I really do. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. Hi, everyone. So while people have been calling him Sleepy Joe, he has pushed through record breaking legislation and taken out the leader in Afghanistan. Mary G, Stephen Colbert said that Joe Biden is always more successful when he disappears. Like when he went in the basement, he won the election. And when he isolates because of the pandemic, he's pushed through all this other stuff and took out the Al Qaeda leader. So yeah, he's always strongest when he's not around. Okay, you guys, let's go on to number two. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the last comment. Anastasia Isabella said it was because her great grandmother was mistress to King Edward. That's why the queen didn't want Charles to marry Camilla. Ooh, come on, Anastasia. You got that fact out there. That is true. That is true. I've heard about her great great grandmother being, well, as you know, it's in that video. What's the video? Oh yeah. The one that I always play with Camilla. Maybe we'll have to play that at the end of the list. Okay, so moving on, and thank you, Anastasia, for that factoid. Number two, Diana and Charles barely knew each other. Well, I kind of covered that with number one. They were a stranger to each other. They had only met a handful of times before the wedding. Seriously, they only met, it wasn't real dating. It was almost like the old fashioned chaperone and all that kind of stuff. It was not a real romance situation of the modern age. It was like something out of the Edwardian period of all things. It's not a coincidence, but it was quite Edwardian, and you know I don't know that she actually had a chaperone or some lady in waiting type of situation. I doubt if it was that, but it was all arranged by both families. It really was. I mean, you just can't blame the Windsors for it. The Spencers actively participated. She just didn't have anyone to guide her through the process. Again, assuming that breeding means everything, which is how they think about stuff in those circles. It was just assumed that she would either pick it up or she just pick it up. All right, so number three, Charles was jealous that the public adored Diana. Well, there was the famous, oh, if only I had two wives, so that either one of them could walk on either side of the street and I'd be in the middle guiding the whole process. Well, that was the bad joke that he told on their Oceania tour because he was taken back by the excitement that Princess Diana received from people on the Oceania tour. Not to mention the fact that, well, let's do mention it, shall we? Um, there was the what is it? The not just the excitement, but people ignored him. People he could literally hear people saying, "Oh, she's on the other side." He could hear that. But this was a media frenzy that was not of her making. I mean, she was wearing a low heel not to stand above him. She's walking behind him. She's doing everything according to protocol, but nobody was interested in him. Nothing has changed. I mean, he's just not that interesting. Let me see. Baron's pronouncement of your name that got me hooked. Really? Okay, cool. Thank you for that. All right, number three. I'm sorry, number four. Charles was bitter he couldn't marry Camilla. You know, I don't know how bitter he was because Camilla was already married. I think probably, well, let me see. She wasn't married, but she couldn't marry. Okay. But at a certain point, Camilla was off the market, and that was all to it. She was married to somebody else. I believe that they had resigned themselves to the idea that they could carry on this secret and this open secret, and they get a chance to, you know, um, there are some people in this world that are only interested when they're sneaking around. And once you get the prize and you don't have to sneak anymore, it kind of kills your love life. You know what I mean? So, especially when it comes to men. A lot of men are only interested if they're sneaking around. So Charles and Camilla had this little game that they played with one another and on everyone else, where he started buying up jewelry that was given to her great great grandmother. Um, it was the whole fun thing about they won't even have to change the monograms on the towels because both their names start with C. My grandmother was shagging your grandfather or your great grandfather, or whatever, and vice versa. They had all those little fun quips with each other. And Diana would sit at these long tables with all these old, long, gnarly faces and she would either be the center of attention or there was just a lot of things she didn't know and people didn't really talk to her. And so Charles grew frustrated and began going to these dinners with Camilla. And amongst the aristocrats, in case you guys don't know this, a lot of you do, that you can always find a place, a party, a weekend party, a shooting party, the fox hunts and such. You can always find friends that will put you up with your mistress for the weekend, and nothing is said about it. It's not going to be part of any newspaper article or anything like that. The press knew that things were really rocky for the um, the two of them, and there was a lot of things that they just did not report. A lot of situations they didn't report, and then eventually this was leaked and that was leaked, and then everybody was talking about it. But they held back a lot of stuff, and then some things just didn't come out until, let me see. Let me see. Camilla was, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Gladys thing, right? Oh, and the whole what was it, a piece of jewelry or something like that. I wonder did that really happen? I know I saw it in the Crown, but oh, I mean, I think it's true. Anyway, let me get that old sourpuss off the screen. Okay, so let me see. Number 5, public opinion was deeply divided over Diana. It's true, and you will find that on the you know, I don't know what it is about society, and it's not just with the British, it's in every society, as evident by the way Hillary Clinton was treated on television day after day, the way her character was maligned. Of course, the whole thing about her being a nasty woman and stuff like that, that I should live so long to see a blonde, let's just say it, a blonde, code for white woman, on television being viciously attacked day after day in a society where white women are usually the most protected of the species. Okay, that was the world I lived in. I mean, you would see some movie where people are dying left and right to protect that white woman. There's many a action film like that. So that's, I was shocked when I found out, huh, they're subject to attack too. I didn't think I would ever see that. But Donald Trump made it normal. Donald Trump normalized that thing. And the sad thing is that there were so many women and shockingly white women who allowed him, who gave him license to do that. And there is that same element in the UK press where you have men and women, most of them white, that set upon women in society. I mean, it's just absolutely outrageous. It's something that I thought that, growing up at the time I did, I didn't think anything like that was possible. But there it was. It played out on television day after day. And that's exactly what happened to Princess Diana. People became desensitized to these attacks, and they play upon that idea that this woman is irrational and doesn't have any control over her emotions. When Charles is the one that's wearing the panties, to put it mildly, Charles is the one in the panties. This guy is so sensitive and so fragile, and his ego is so easily destroyed. If he had to experience the life in some other universe in the way that Princess Diana did, there's no way he would have survived that. And so, if she was paranoid, if she was having any issues with her faculties, look at how she was treated. I mean, literally, look at how she was treated. There's a reason for that. So, it's like I said, I never thought, that that I would see something like that play out in real time on television, but it did, and in the news and such, it did. It could happen, and it did happen, and then it happened again. I mean, they did it to Oprah, they did it to Michelle Obama, they did it to Hillary, and so many other people. Um, so yeah, um, and Ted Cruz, Trump called his wife ugly, and Ted Cruz still supported him, and so did all the other women that supported Trump. It was okay to say that this woman was ugly, to play on the worst um, tropes available, and it was okay, and nobody said anything about it. So I again, this is not the world that I expected. So just to step away from that for just a second, look who's here. Bon nuit, Charlotte. William and Kate Middleton are what she's saying right there. That's that's exactly what they are. I agree with you 100, Charlotte. So thank you for your comment, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so oh man. Am I like a Tyler Perry movie? One minute I'm super serious, and then the next thing you know, I am running in another direction. Let's see. Black Queen has a super chat. Baron, do you think that the Unroyal Mafia dabbled in what is that? What is that? Genetically engineering their firstborn heirs and spares to be males? Kind of suspect. You know, I don't. Uh, I mean, they haven't had so many children as of late. Well, okay, I would say it was more possible. I would say that it may no, because that wouldn't make sense because with the Cambridges is boy, girl, boy. And before that, I mean, you had um Harry and that monster. And before that, I think all of that was just well, I mean, then again, you had is okay, you had Charles and then okay, you had Andrew and then Edwina. So you had boy, girl, boy, non-binary, or boy, girl, boy, girl. Uh Woo, I love the way I worked that little shade in there. I love that. Um yeah, so you had all that working in concert together. So I don't think so. I'm going to say no to that. I think it was just mostly by chance. And besides, given the way things work out, if they had the opportunity to do that, I think that the women rulers in that family have been far more successful than their male counterparts. So I would say that if they had a choice, that it would have been only girls because they tend to live longer and there seems to be more stability that follows them. So yes, I'm gonna say that I don't think that there's been any modification there. Yeah. So but thank you for your comment. That is interesting to think about. But thank you. And by the way, I love the new profile picture. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Uh, and oh, and thank you for being a member. Thank you for the super sticker. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. So I'm scrolling. Let me get. Okay. Let me see. Baron is Father Philip tried to tough him up and sending him to that boarding school for all kind of sports, and he cried and they had to take him out. Charles was always a wimp. Well, Noreen Lovelock, now the very controversial um godfather, Uncle Dickie, um, you know, Louis Mountbatten. Now, I am not going to speculate anything, but Louis Mountbatten took Charles under his wing as he took Philip under his wing. Now, Louis is quite, has quite, well, there was a dossier about Lord Louis Mountbatten created by the CIA or the FBI, whatever intelligence agency, because they thought that he was vulnerable to blackmail based on his rather interesting life that he and his wife, Edwina, that was really her name, they had a very open relationship according to the dossier about him. So I tell you what, I give you a little homework. Look into some of his life, and you'll wonder why Charles is such a weirdo. There's a lot there. I can promise you that. Let me see. Sonia Johnson says, Baron, I had the biggest laugh thinking that I'm sorry, Charlotte Bean, um, just be telling off. Or, of course, you will translate it for us as in as non-French speaking people. Well, I mean, I do the best I can to translate, but the truth is, I have to do a little cut and paste to make sure I got it all right. But I'm sure that Charlotte is full of anecdotes and lots of compliments for everyone here and such. But but the truth is, how would I ever know? So yeah, Charlotte. And plus I always look at her comments. But yeah, it is possible that it might be it might be a little more than meets the eye, but anyway, we love Charlotte, right? That okay. Plus, you loved when you get your own theme song. So let me see. Let me continue. Let's see here. Oh, back to the list. Back to the list. Okay, I got some messy to get to, so I got to get through this list. Okay. Uh, we did number 5. Despite the affair, the general public still thought Charles was fit to rule. Well, that's very English. Even the most incompetent of sovereigns are given their chance out of obligation because they are part of the bloodline. They don't have to be brilliant, they just have to be. Diana gave a speech asking to be left alone by the press. Yes, she did. She said, I'm a private citizen now. Please leave me alone. That only heightened all of the chasing and stories and all. It was big money. It was a lot of competition on Fleet Street. And as consumers, and I have to say, we received the Inquirer and the Star in our household, and it was full of these splashy colors, pictures, and stuff. Now, that was just something that was purchased when my parents went to the grocery store, right? And it wasn't that I don't know that I never had a conversation about that. I don't know that they believed everything that was in there, but it was a part of our household. You would see it in the doctor's waiting room. I mean, it was everywhere. I mean, that was something very big in the 80s and 90s, were Star and the Inquirer, which ran a pretty similar stories to whatever was going on in the British press. So a lot of the staff of the Star, the Inquirer, the Globe, they were Brits before they ran the papers and edited and wrote stories over here. So it was all done in that same vein. So we pretty much got the same rumors and innuendos and stuff, and lots of splashy photos. And I have to say, you guys, one thing you shouldn't feel guilty about is that when you are fans of someone and you are starved for certain images of them, and that's the only place that you have to go. I mean, it's just human nature. We want to see that they're living like this and they're happy like that. I don't think we're there for the bad news, but that comes with it. I don't believe everything that I read in those papers. I never did. I always thought it was just sensationalized, especially when you see how they always say this person is dying, that person is dying, and then 10 years later, they're that much closer to death. They don't know. So sometimes they get it right though. It's not always like that, but sometimes they do get it right. But yeah, so it's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. So don't beat up on yourself, but as long as you know what the truth is, and just remember there's a lot of pain and anguish behind some of those photos. And then sometimes people use the press. So that's the flip side of it. All right. Let me see. Number 7, is it? Diana Gay. Oh, number 8. Dodi Al Fayed was still engaged when he and Diana began their whirlwind romance. I believe he was seeing someone else, and then suddenly it was all about Diana. I mean, there was this English princess, and that helped to build up his street creds, if you will. How far that relationship went, I don't know. His father said that he had bought her a ring or whatever, but then there's the idea that she wanted to be in California. I don't think anybody will ever know whether or not she would have agreed to marry him. But one thing is for sure, I'm sure there's a lot of noses that would have been out of joint with the idea that the future king of England would have a Muslim stepfather. I think there were some people who would be willing to do anything, and I do mean anything, to make sure that that didn't happen. So I'll just leave it there. The police arrested the paparazzi who pursued her. True. And there's a whole lot of conspiracies behind the white fiat and all that kind of stuff. This, of course, is not the forum to get into that, but I don't know what parts of that is true. I am going to watch the HBO special because I think it is going to be a great way to remind people of the events. I don't know that we'll learn anything new, but I'm just more excited that the newer generation will have a chance to see the sentiments and the mood of people during that period of time. I think that is very important because it's part of the work that we do as a Sussex Squad, where we want to inform, we want to share our receipts, and make sure that the Sussexes do not lose their voice. And of course, whenever possible, we have to help maintain or give back Diana her voice because there's an attempt to muzzle her, to literally cup a hand over her mouth, um, to make sure that she's not able to be heard ever again from anyone, thanks to her ridiculous son who seems to have bought into it and drink the Kool-Aid. So, or drink, yeah, drink the Kool-Aid. So anyway, that is it for the list. Thank you so much. It is time to move on to something else. At least I hope so. Let's see. Hit it, Annie. Ha ha! Serena Williams, 23-time Grand Slam single title and 14 Grand Slam double, 4 Olympic gold medals, ranked number 1 for 319 weeks. And here's a term that you're going to keep seeing. By the way, I think she looks amazing. I love that photo. That is like, I love it. Everything is going perfect with that photo. Love it. Okay. GOAT, a goat, or goat, goat. Anyway, that means greatest of all time. So you're going to keep seeing that greatest of all time, the term GOAT. So when they refer to Serena Williams as a GOAT, that is what they mean. It doesn't have anything to do with what that Princess Michael of Kent, the one who had, you know, the one who named her 2 black sheeps, Venus and Serena. It has nothing to do with that. I still, gosh, that's amazing that she thought that was okay, but then that's part of her DNA. So yeah, you're gonna keep seeing that. But anyway, love, love, love the photo. Hey, Ronnie Vanna, happy Wednesday to you. Gladys Gold, glad you're here. Del Vive, Beef? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. All right, I'm looking. Okay, I love the blue dress and the Vogue cover. She looks great. All right, let me grab that. It's like right here, and I'll share that because that was from yesterday. And in case there's anyone who did not see it, but yes, it was spectacular. Nope, that's not the one. Again, it is just right here. Okay, that's shade on her. So yeah, that's not the one. That was me being shady. Wow. I mean, I thought for sure it was right there. Oh, 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 oh. I got it. I got it. There we go. Ha, there we go. Is that hot or what? Love that. Love that. Here's a few of the photos from the Vogue issue, the September issue, which is the number one issue for Vogue every year. It is the September issue. Okay, and then also there was that thing about the Duchess of Sussex. So with this, there is something else that comes with that. Okay, which I thought was so adorable. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, there it is. So there you can see Olympia channeling the Duchess of Sussex. As you can see, she's actually holding the train of Mama's dress, right? And you can't see what she has on, but then if you look there, you can see that she is absolutely adorable, and she is channeling the Duchess of Sussex with that. I believe it was a Valentino cape dress. Very, very cool. That was the one she wore when she spent the night on the train with the Queen, um, when they went out for an official engagement together. All right, back over here. So that's that. I just wanted to share that photo. I thought it was really cool. Any comments? Uh, ooh, what is that? Yes, that's true. The dentists are not taking children and adults on NHS. Those who can afford to go private are the lucky ones. Wow. And just think, Brexit was supposed to fix all of that. Wow. Let me see. And Noreen Lovelock says, love Serena, absolutely respect and proud of her. Very nice. Thank you for saying that. Okay, the Williams sisters changed the dynamic of boring tennis. The Williams sisters were also responsible for different women styles by women tennis players. Yeah, because before everything had to look like one of those nurses from some old Hitchcock movie or something. But now they actually can wear different stuff, which is cool. All right. Moving on. Don't we just love Dr. Shola? Dr. Shola has put out yet another TikTok video. And let me see if I can find it. Oh no, we don't want that one. That'll get weird very fast. All right, Dr. Shola, where are you, Shola? Huh. Oh man, that scared me. Okay. All right. So try to listen, you guys. Adjust your sound. Doing the best we can here, but come on, Dr. Shola. Playing the race card is an overtly racist and insidious phrase used to stigmatize black people and ethnic. Oh, sorry. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Sorry about that. Okay. Playing the race card is an overtly racist and insidious phrase used to stigmatize black people and ethnic minorities into silence. If white
Confronting racism is not an advantage, it's our right, be it in schools, workplace, and in every aspect of society. Fighting hair discrimination, stopping police brutality, protesting systemic racism. None of this is playing the race card. Freedom of speech doesn't give the right to stigmatize black people. The only race card played in recent human history is the white race card, and it's played with a full deck. Listen and learn, and let's all end racism. Playing the race card is an overtly racist and insidious phrase used to stigmatize black people and ethnic minorities into silence. It whitewashes systemic racism and trivializes lived experiences of discrimination. We are expected to internalize racism, ignore the erosion of our dignity, and the attempt to relegate us to third-class citizens. Say it with me. Oh, hell no. Racists complain that black people get an advantage of special treatment from racism. What? Confronting racism is not an advantage, it's our right, be it in schools, workplace, and in every aspect of society. Fighting hair discrimination, stopping police brutality, protesting systemic racism. None of this is playing the race card. Freedom of speech doesn't give the right to stigmatize black people. The only race card played in recent human history is the white race card, and it's played with a full deck. Listen and learn, and let's all end racism.
Okay, if you guys didn't notice, I played it twice. I accidentally logged myself out. For whatever reason, the screen is being very sensitive today, so I accidentally logged myself out. So I played it again. So that's why it went blank at a certain part. But anyway, yes, love Dr. Shola. She has given a lesson about systemic racism. So, as per usual, I applaud Dr. Shola for setting the record straight. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to bypass comments on that one because it is pretty self-explanatory. Thank you, Sussex Sauce. Anna Wintour is a high tennis fan. I'm sorry, high. Was that a Freudian slip? Anna Wintour is a huge tennis fan. So great cover. Yes, Anna Wintour. Matter of fact, she has showcased Serena Williams fashions before in the past, and of course, Serena has received that invitation to the. Did she get an invitation, or I don't know how she got to the Met Gala, but I think there are some guest of honors or what have you, and I think that she is has been a constant. So, and by the way, you guys, just so you know, full disclosure, Anna Wintour and I share the same birthday. Oh man, we share the same birthday. That explains a lot, doesn't it? You know, the creative part and such, but I don't know. But it says something. Thank you for the super chat, Sussex Sauce, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, we're ready to move on. We're ready to move on. Where are you? There you are. Okay, not quite. I wanted to share this with you. The only race card ever played is the white race card, and it is played with a full deck in all structures of society: education, employment, healthcare, criminal justice, immigration, politics, economy, to the name a few. Yet they deny some systematic racism that is exists against black and ethnic minorities. Okay, so that was the tweet that Dr. Shola shared along with her TikTok video. So now we're complete. Next. Okay, so everybody is concerned about the Sussexes all of a sudden. Oh, there is so much worry about the mountain lion. Well, I don't know if the Daily Mail and the rest of the British tabloid press know this, but if they are not aware, the Duchess of Sussex is a Californian. She's a native to the state of California. I'm pretty sure she knows about the mountain lions, the cougars. I'm pretty sure she knows about the wildlife, the wildfires, the frequent droughts, the possibility of earthquakes, landslides, floods, and so on and so forth. She knows about that stuff. The 405 freeway, been there, done that. Why do they feel this constant need to enlighten the Duchess of Sussex about the perils of living in the Golden State, our most populous state and the world's fifth largest economy? Why do they need to keep telling us that? Why do they have to try to create this fear for the Sussexes or false concern? And of course, all in the same breath, they have to mention that the house cost a whopping $14.6 million or 11.5 million pounds. Hi, Betty Johnson. Thank you so much for the super sticker, super chat, and thank you for being a member. And thanks for watching Royal Sussex. And thank you for sharing that image of your beautiful family. That is greatly appreciated. I love seeing that. I love seeing families smiling together. Warms my heart. So, Harry and Meghan are warned that a mountain lion is prowling close to their $14 million Montecito mansion after drought drove it into the wealthy enclave and are urged to protect their chickens. Okay. So don't worry about the children, but for God's sakes, protect your chickens. No mention of each other, no mention of the children. Mama Doria, just make sure those chickens are safe. Whatever you do, protect your chickens. Oh, Lord. So, let me see. The couple were ordered to lock down their. They were ordered to lock down their mansion. They were also told to flock. I'm sorry, to a flock of chickens could be an easy target. Oh, gee, I never would have thought about that. You mean to tell me that an apex predator would likely walk past a chicken coop? I never assumed that. I thought they would have been easy pickings. Oh, Lord, who writes this stuff? The mountain lion was caught on a homeowner's security video prowling nearby. Ooh, never would expect it to see that in Montecito. And let's see, what does little mountains mean? I mean, Montecito. Montecito means little mountain, right? Oh, not that one. I'm sorry. This is what I'm looking for. So, Montecito, California. Yes, it is an oceanside community, and the backdrop consists of a little mountain range, Montecito, which is Spanish for little mountain, right? So, nobody would have ever thought that in those mountains where, most people don't actually live up there, it's just, not really a place to build a house. But who would they expect to find a mountain lion up in the mountains? I don't know. I mean, I would have never thought that a mountain lion would actually live in the mountains. Oh man. Yeah, you know what? Let me see. Where did I just see that? Let me see. Baron, they're trying to get the animals on their side. Yeah. Well, Charles, what they're going to do is probably try to get the lion to wear a wire or, put like a GoPro or something on him so that he can spy on the Sussexes. I'm sure that there's a reason for it. Let me see. Can somebody tell me why the tabloids are putting out old stories from 2016 in the public domain so YouTubers can falsely make them out as new? Well, I mean, because the Sussexes sell. The Sussexes sells. They are the most influential couple in the world. Let me see, Baron. Did you know that the Chambridges have 4 homes, helicopter, and train? Lord Baldylocks and the pig is a true eco-human. Yes, they seem to have 2 helicopters at this point. They do have 4 homes, which there's one in Scotland they don't talk about, and they have a fleet of the Range Rovers, as well as a private jet at their disposal. So yeah, between the various royal households, they are belching out more carbon emissions than just about any family you could think of. But yet, the Daily Fail loves to target wealthy Americans, never the wealthy Brits or any other Europeans for that matter, just wealthy Americans, because that's what they want us to consume. Thank you, Connie Balmer. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Wednesday to you, Connie Balmer. All right. So, well, you guys seem to have a lot to say about that. All right. Okay. So let's go on. Um, in order to get rid of the Cougars, I have a suggestion. Pete Davidson. If there's any cougars roaming about the hills of California, the mountains that create the backdrop of so many communities in California, there's only one way to take down a cougar, and that's Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson has quite the appetite for cougars. So I would suggest, I'm just saying, get Pete Davidson out there. If there's a cougar, he'll find them. Uh, if there's a cougar to be found, Pete Davidson is your man. He has a black belt in spotting cougars. He's good at it. I mean, can we talk here? Pete Davidson, cougars. Uh, you can't have one without the other. So that's just a suggestion. It won't cost you nothing to take my advice. I'm just putting it out there. If you have a problem with apex predators like a cougar, um, you know, Pete Davidson, he's on it. He's on it. Been there, done that. So I'm just saying. Oh man. Um, let me see. Did we see him walking? Yes, he was seen walking about. I mean, who knows? Sometimes people can edit those photos and stuff, so you don't know what's real. But I believe it to be true that he was seen walking about with the Queen. Um, oh man, what is he? 28 years old now? Is he 28 years old? So, uh, he's at just the right age. He's at the height of his sexuality, and they say as women mature, they also are at the height of the peak of their sexuality. So yeah, I think it just makes sense. So okay, like right here, you can see. Let's take a look at that very curious grip that Martha Stewart has on his hand. There's just something about him. And the Queen, well, as you know, the Queen, I have suspected for quite some time that Pete Davidson has had a bit of an influence on the Queen. That I don't know if he added something to her tea or her sherry or what. But if you remember that day she was riding around in the Range Rover without a seatbelt, and I was so nervous about it because I thought she might, tilt forward and smush her lips on the dashboard, or but I don't know that she would feel it. What do you think? I don't know that she would feel it. I mean, she seems uh, in bliss at that point. I mean, I've had some stuff at the hospital before that have put me in that rapturous mood where I felt like nothing could hurt me. But then again, I've never spent time with Pete Davidson. Maybe he's got something stronger. Oh man. I mean, if you drive on the left hand side, wasn't there a song "Pass the Dochi on the left hand side"? I don't know. It seems to be coming together. Let me see. The Brits have no problem with American and wealthy Americans. They are what is that? Passing their tin cups to Americans to fill up. As I said earlier, thanks to Biden, we seem to be doing okay. The economy is a little stronger than it was some months ago. We pay like almost half the price that the average Brit pays for gasoline, and um, we face the pressure of fuel prices, especially. But you guys know that there is a huge reserve of natural gas in the United States. We don't have to, depend on other sources for it. So I mean, we're full of fuel here, and but the Daily Fail seems totally preoccupied with trying to make us afraid and to downgrade Biden's achievements and such. And I think it's just such a waste of time when they could focus on how things affect the consumers in Britain. I mean, there is a crisis coming this winter for the average person in the UK, and yet they talk about Biden day and night, and they don't give a toss about what's happening to their own people. That's the Daily Fail people, the tabloids. They don't cover it. They just won't cover the full story, especially all of the trucks that are stuck in Calais, but they know everything about the ports of Los Angeles and Long Island. I'm sorry, Long Beach. They know all about that. Uh, Mercedes Todd. I'm going to say this. He's on. I have a list of entertainers, a list of celebrities that seem like they need a bath. And he's on that list. He's on my list of people that I just look at him and I'm like, he needs a good scrubbing. Um, I won't say the other people that's on the list because some of y'all may get caught up in your feelings, but it's a few people that for a long time have looked like they need a good scrubbing. Like somebody needs to throw them in a tub full of soap and water and take out one of them old brushes and just scrub, get all that grease and dirt under their nails, get all that stuff off of them. And he's on that list. He's been on that list for quite some time. Like, wake up. Oh, I don't have any clean laundry. I'll just sniff around and see what I can wear again. Oh man. Okay, so our suggestion is, oh, I don't know, Lydia. That's gonna get me in trouble. I don't know because some people really like those people on the list. But again, this list does not mean that the person has any hygiene problems. I just look at them and feel like they need a good scrubbing. Now, nope, I'm not. You ain't getting me in trouble. Let me see here. Baron, as long as they got people willing to accept their lives, not focus on their own country, they are going to continue to lie about whoever and whatever. True, Dell. They got papers to sell, and fear and anxiety sells. If we keep people afraid, if we wake up every day to a crisis, I mean, have you ever called someone and you just say hello and it's all about some whatever the topics are on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. And then don't even get me started with the local news. I mean, I'm guilty. I've done it myself. There have been days where I had to like, oh, I got to turn this television off because I am losing my mind. And so I've had the question asked some time ago, especially when I was first starting Royal Sussex, and there were some people who were rather suspicious of my intentions, right? And I was even asked, "How do you fit into this? What is, why do you?" And I'm going to tell you why. Um, I, I mentioned this before. Uh, Let me see here. My safe space. The only thing that prevented me from like going insane with the day in, day out roller coaster of emotions that were brought about because of that orange menace in the White House. There were a couple of people that rescued me. They did. Watching them going on walkabouts and shaking hands and smiling, and the Duchess looking pretty and Harry looking so dapper and handsome in the clothes that the Duchess picked out for him that finally fit. Because let's face it, um, before the Duchess of Sussex, his wardrobe was a disaster. But thanks to Meghan, he hasn't looked better than any other time in his life. I mean, what could I say? She sorted it out for him. So this was my safe space. This was my safe space. This was the only thing that kept me from going completely nuts. And then thanks to the co-conspirators, whoever they may be, whether it was Kensington Palace or perhaps it was, I don't know, maybe it was Buckingham Palace, maybe it was Clarence House. But because of these collective houses of Windsor, I had that taken away from me. First, they carted them off to the servants' quarters over at the this one, and then after that, it was out of the country they had to go. And so I was devastated by that. That was my safe space. That was me being able to avoid a lot of horrific stuff that was going on. So that was my connection to the Sussexes. I had them, and I didn't have to think about the other stuff. Oh, what happened? Ah, what happened? Is that what I couldn't talk about earlier? Is it? Is that what I couldn't talk about earlier? I didn't know. Um. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. I need to do something. Uh. Okay. Let me do this. I see that Anne has pushed back her because I'm talking too much today. It looks like Anne was gracious enough to push things back a bit. So I am going to add the link. She pushed back her uh, live stream for about 45 minutes. So there is the link. So in about 45 minutes, she'll be on. And I'm going to make sure that I'm off of here because she hasn't been available for a couple days because of the move and everything. And I don't want to overlap any further than I probably would have already. So I'm going to put the link. So remember, in 45 minutes, we're all going to jump over there. Don't forget. Okay. So back to the messy. Back to the messy. So I don't know. Well, Lydia, last night something was streaming. Well, it had started earlier in the day and I just didn't see it. I don't want to get into the details of it because it, it is so. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that, but it 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 called into question a lot of things that people had speculated about, like for instance, um, about his stance on different topics that he felt strongly about, and there was a firestorm of controversy because it seems as though people see him in a different light now. I'm not saying I do, but some people do see him in a different light now. Um, and I have to say, if I put it on a scale of 1 to hello, that person, woo, this one is even juicier than that. Oh, it's just juicy. So, oh, Pam, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to sort that out for yourself. But there's a lot of information in the comments that you can examine. And again, whatever is going on with that, it was all over social media yesterday, all over Twitter, all over the YouTube, and it really it was shocking. That's what I'll say. It was shocking. So um ooh. Anyway, you guys, let me keep moving, and I'll discuss that a little further at the end today, right? And again, in like about 40 minutes, we're going to jump over to Duchess of Success. I will be long clear before that happens. I'm almost done, you guys. All right, so there is the Cougarnator. That is Pete Davidson out with someone about, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years his senior. All right, but let's recall that bear in mind, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle warned to tighten security after four bears spotted prowling near LA mansion. This goes back to June the 6th, 2021. How many times are you going to keep warning the Duchess of Sussex about stuff that we already know? That she already knows. She's a native of California. She knows what's out there. Why do y'all keep saying that? I mean, what? Next you're gonna say that there's condors in California. There's eagles in California. When does it stop? Okay, grass may no longer be greener for Harry and Meghan as California hit with hosepipe ban. Duke and Duchess of Sussex expansive garden, which boasts rolling lawns and ornamental water features, could be under threat from drought, says Camilla Tominey, who is totally obsessed with the Duchess of Sussex. If you can't see that clearly, let me help you out because I keep that on standby. There we go. The scrunched brow, the pursed lips, the tight jaws, and the crazy eyes. So you have to know the signs, right? Know the signs. Now, as I was putting this together, right, notice how her face becomes very animated in the most curious of ways when she's talking about the Sussexes, in particular, the Duchess of Sussex. I mean, look at her. She is like a I don't know. It's like a deck of cards with various characters. I mean, she looks skeptical. She looks curious. She looks enamored. She looks angry. But what's going on with her? I mean, look, all of this is within um like a short interview with Holly and what's his name? Look at how she's all over the place. I mean, it's like a multiple personality disorder all in one setting. She has unleashed several personalities. Okay. All right. Now let's contrast this. Check this out. This is her talking about the queen. That is the look she had on her face the entire time that she spoke about the queen. So this is her talking about the Sussexes, where she seems so upset and so curious and inquisitive. And this is her talking about the queen. I mean, the whole music changes. You know, we have gone from the storm clouds of despair to sunshine and roses, all within a minute. Isn't that incredible? I didn't really look at this that closely until last night. I'm like, look at this. What changed in that short period of time? What has changed in that short period of time where you're talking in critical tones like the Sussexes are these children that are misbehaving, and then the queen? See that? And she's not the only one that does that. I've seen this so many times before where they're so upset and then they're not. Before the glam squad got a hold of her, that is what lies beneath. Remember that suspense thriller, that like horror movie, What Lies Beneath? Well, this is what lies beneath. This is the result of a glam squad, and this is not. Um, that is what lies beneath. I'm just saying. I'm not being critical or anything like that. I'm just saying that's what lies beneath. Beneath all that veneer of, useless, unnecessary journalism, or what she tries to pass off as journalism, that is what lies beneath. Oh, let me see. Are you guys still talking about that? Okay, let me see. Baron, they must keep their photographers in the area all times. Let me see. They must sleep in the van and rotate staff every month. That's not too far from the truth. They actually do keep a close eye, but I don't know what the geography is for that community, but it doesn't seem like it's very easy because if you ever go to one of those wealthy enclaves out there in California, um, there are some areas where there's absolutely no parking, right? And I don't like when the tour buses go by, they're not allowed to stop in front of the homes of the celebrities and such. So it's just not an easy place. You're sitting on a curve and you don't want to just park on a curve. A lot of places the streets are not in straight organized lines when people live outside of the grid, if you will. So um especially to go unnoticed. I mean, you don't see a lot of people parking on the street and such, so it's not really a place where you can just, park your car and fit in. These neighborhoods, people are either parked on the property or they're not there at all. In some cases, I mean, there are other places, but let me see. Baron, have you noticed that only dog pound animals are haters of Harry and Meghan? No wonder found this soulmate in America. They favor jackass horses and dogs, not humans. Okay, so moving on. Now, I love this. I love this. This is when um, Camilla Tominey was called out. Now, check that out. Exclusive. Harry and Meghan rejected Earl of Dumbarton title for Archie because it contained the word dumb. Royals. I mean, hashtag royals. Exclusive. Harry and Meghan rejected Earl of Dumbarton title for Archie. Anyway, this is her. Now, just the same way every day I sit up here and I say, what am I going to talk about today? I have to, comb the social media and such, look at the various news outlets so that I could come up with something for work, right? Well, the same thing with Camilla Tominey, except she makes up stuff. She just literally pulled that out of her wherever and she just puts it in print. And so, of all people, she was called out by um, Robert Jobson. And I mentioned this before, but I laid it out here so you can see clearly the chain of events. She put out that ridiculous story only for Robert Jobson to say Archie Harrison is Earl of Dumbarton, whether he likes it or not. Robert Jobson rages. Of course, that is true. However, Robert Jobson had also mentioned that Archie will not inherit the Earl of Dumbarton title from Prince Harry, whether will inherit it whether he likes it or not. But it also was mentioned by Robert Jobson that there can only be one Earl of Dumbarton at any given time. That's Prince Harry. So if Archie will receive it, whether or not he likes it, sure, but he doesn't have it yet. So there's no way he could reject something, or I'm sorry, that they can reject something on his behalf if Harry is already the Earl of Dumbarton. So this idea that they rejected that for him because it contains the word dumb, that's dumb. That's dumb because Harry is already the Earl of Dumbarton. See how that works out? How could they reject that on Archie's behalf if they already have accepted that for Harry? That's why it's so dumb. But she's working so hard to be clever and to get the edge on everybody else that she just threw that out there, not even considering that it is already there. So she is a real piece of work, a real piece of work. Okay. And then there was this little bit of petty Duchess Kate spelling mistake in thank you letter. And of course, a touching note dated July the 12th, 2008, and signed Best Wishes Catherine Middleton was sent after she got a seat on center court. Well, I guess that was for tennis, right? However, she wrote, let me get this right, quite instead of quiet in the sentence, saying it was great to be able to enjoy a day knowing we could have a little peace and quiet if things got too hectic. A little peace and quiet. But then, too, there's another one because you know how the squad is. We started pulling out receipts today. So over there is a thank you for your service. That's from 2021, I believe. She's wearing her mask. It obviously is from last year, and which is a surprise. She's wearing a mask, but you see what she spelled wrong there. When it's hard to see it, but look at the bottom where it says Catherine. She forgot to put the R in Catherine. I mean, the last strong syllable, and she just totally forgot to put the R in there. So, anyway, that's our Duchess of Doolittle. That was totally petty, but so am I. Okay, you guys, almost done here. There is the Butterick. The Butterick. Look, Butterick's new pattern. That, of course, is the pattern used by the Duchess of Sussex for the wedding gown. And of course, Givenchy. You can see it could be used for other reasons. Like, for instance, they're on the right side. If that looks so like a familiar silhouette, well, remember the Valentino that she wore to the 100th anniversary of the Royal Air Force. And of course, there is the. Oh, hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right. There you go. I will always. That's okay. I always give it to the people. So I'm giving it to you. Thank you. That was downstairs. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I always do that for them because they work so hard. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Sorry about that. That was my Amazon. Okay. And yes, I did tip. And you know what the funny part is? It was actually one of my neighbors. I'm like, keep it anyway. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's the pattern. And okay. So yeah, all right. So let me do this because I got to bring up the next slides, and then we're almost out of here, you guys. All right. Yes, it was. I'm embarrassed to tell you guys what it was, so I'm not going to tell you. But as I am an aging baby boomer, okay, remember the other day when I said that I needed to do some purging here in the house? Well, I do. And so because of that, I needed something to get some of those smaller things, like, kind of in the back of the laundry room or something like that. Anyway, I got one of those grabbers, where you pick up like socks and stuff. Like, anyway, I did. I got another one. The other one, I broke the string on it, so I bought a new one. I mean, I have repaired the old one so many times, but so like many baby boomers and seniors, I bought one of those little extended grabber things. I don't know what you call it, with the little claw at the end of it, but I did. I bought another one. So I'm not embarrassed. Sometimes I can't get well anyway. It helps. It helps. Look, I said I'm not embarrassed. All right, you guys. Wrapping things up. Let's get through this. Um, they were worried about the Yetis, right? I mean the mountain lions. Well, don't forget there are Yetis in the Great Northwest. There are also Yetis over in the UK. So, as you know, the Yeti has often had other names like the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot. Well, there you have it. The Yeti comes in many forms. Some of them are orange, some of them are rather pinkish and bloated. Well, they're all kind of bloated, but so you got to be careful about them Yetis. Um, I mean, they can take on different forms, is what I'm saying, but they're usually big and hairy and overbearing, and some of them have a bit of a hog head. You know what I mean? So look out for them Yetis. And then there's this, lately, they have spotted Yetis south of the border. Like, for instance, this Yeti has been seen exiting a convenience store. And you can tell that it's a different species. It's like a new hybrid, because notice how that knee dips. You see what I mean? Notice how that knee dips. That is a new hybrid of the Yeti. So, oh man. Uh, And if you notice, the Yetis that they have south of the border, they tend to have a startled look on their face, this very grimace start. But yeah, but you can tell that it is a Yeti based on its outward appearance, but it's a hybrid, and that's because of that awkward way that little knee dips. Well, the Yetis are easily tamed if you give them Kentucky Fried Chicken and beer. You know what I mean? The only way you could really deal with them, the only way to keep their aggression down, is to give them Kentucky Fried Chicken and beer, and then they seem to yeah, well, that's true. And then, of course, lately they have discovered another form of Yeti over in the UK. Now, nobody knows where it comes from, but the curious thing about it is that its shadow appears to be a different breed of Yeti. See, you can see the shadow there. Well, it looks very identical to that shadow on the right. So, on the one hand, the form is a bit different by appearance, but if you ever see them cast their shadow, well, then it looks, like the other Yeti. But they all seem to have that rather awkward, bulbous shape, a bit of a hog head, and they lie a lot too. So um, Harry and Meghan may have things to be concerned about, but at least they don't have any of this lurking about the neighborhood. At least I hope not. And you know what they say? They say if um, the Yeti can see his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter. So just remember, if the Yeti can see his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter. So people have been having fun with the way, someone's house got raided, and they also have been having fun with well, everybody's just having fun with it. So there is Kamala on Donald Trump's door cam. Hello, Donald, are you in there, Donald? Donald, we know you're in there. We got receipts. Donald, we want the papers back in the National Archive, Donald. You did it, Donald. You really did it. Okay. And then there's just having some Chardonnay in my non FBI rated house. Oh man. And look at Karen over there. Hello, 911. I'd like to report voter fraud. I mean, this is just too much fun. This is like my best day since Christmas. And of course, it would take Donald Trump to make that phone call, wouldn't it?
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
Okay, so I'm not surprised. I'm absolutely not surprised. Um, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Isn't it pathetic? I mean, look at there. He has tried to recreate the White House in Mar-a-Lago. Um, he has his own version of the Resolute desk, and if you look around the room, and of course, the Daily Fail did that military challenge coin, Air Force One over DC photo, of course. And then, of course, figurine of himself. Ugh. See the figurine back there, number 3, over behind the guy there? Look at that figurine. Looks a lot like the Yeti. Hidden bottle. Oh yeah, behind the behind his telephone, he has a bottle of Diet Coke hidden behind it. Family photos. Let me see. Chair from the Oval Office. Well, every president takes that. Let me see. Trump Tower, Marine One by Rushmore rather, and his own Resolute desk and a piece of border wall. Yeah, so all of that stuff, that little diamond shaped thing, that's a piece of the border wall, the very top spike of it. That's what all that stuff is. It is pretty pathetic. Now, I couldn't leave well enough alone. This, of course, if this reminds you of Phantom of the Westminster Abbey, well, before I made that, I made this one, Phantom of Mar-a-Lago. The Phantom of Mar-a-Lago. Oh, man. So messy, ain't I? Now, but this is for real, you guys. I saved this photo. As you can see, I turned this photo into a meme during the election time. But take a look there. What do you see? Let's count the boxes, because some of those boxes are boxes of papers that were searched. 25 boxes. Let me just say that 25 boxes were missing from the White House. 25 of them. I believe some of those boxes are right there. I mean, state secrets literally put on the back of a U-Haul truck. But of course, me being shady, I wrote on the boxes orange makeup, impeached, hairspray, MAGA loser, orange tan, Mar-a-Lago, and Botox. The Botox, that belongs to the former First Lady. So that was just some stuff that I was being shady and just added it to the photo. Do you think he will ever work again? Nope. I wonder if the First Lady is taking her poll. Oh, I remember that one. That was a little shady one. I was insinuating that someone at the White House was a pole dancer. So that's why it says, I wonder if the First Lady is taking her poll. Like I said, I was really shady during the last election. And I'm just sharing some of and this is some of the stuff that I can show you. There was a few things that got me kicked off of Facebook for a while. And there's the drama mama right there, spending time with the royal family. Just an old queen spending time with the royal family. Nothing to look at, folks. Okay, you guys. And with that, guess what? I'm done. I'm so done. And not a minute too soon, because it is like 15 minutes until Anne is on. So that gives me a chance to dodge saying anything about who, because I didn't really want to talk about that anyway. You guys are going to have to do your own research there, but trust me, there is a lot there. There is so much there. So, okay, you guys, I am going to take the last comment of the day at this point. And remember, I have pinned a link to Duchess of Success at the top of the chat. So y'all don't wait. Go on here, get over there. Go on. And the rest of y'all, we're going to do our ginger binge and we're going to get out of here. What's that? I'm sorry, what happened? Oh.
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
I love that too. I do love that. Okay. Anyway, you guys, sorry I was late today and I kept pushing it back, but I'm going to be very respectful and get out of here. Thank you to our faves, of course, our queen of everything, Queen Doria, and our queen of hearts, Princess Diana. And of course, the last comment of the day is okay. Last comment of the day. Okay, I don't usually take a compliment as the last comment, but I will today. Okay, Baron, very good podcast. All right, I will accept. Thank you so much. I had fun, you guys, and so let's ginge ourselves out of here. And I am going to listen in with Anne while I prepare lunch. Okay, I will see you guys. Love you guys, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for the PayPal and the Cash App. That was very sweet. And QGNG. I just love that. I love it. Okay, and I love you guys. So thank you so much. This has been so much fun today. And I did see your comments. Someone said this is just what I needed today. Was that you, Sonia Johnson? I'm glad to have been of help. I don't know how I keep doing that. I just knocked myself out of the chat again. This thing is being so sensitive today. But okay, thank you all. It was fun. Now go and look at the top of the chat. Remember, we're going to hop over to Anne's for the Duchess of Success. There it is right there again. I think I knocked that out too, didn't I? Anyway, go over there and I will be there listening while I make lunch. I just pegged it again to the top of the chat. Okay, see you guys there. So long. Love you. Bye.